So the Rams are officially 6 days away from their first game of the NFL season against the Seattle Seahawks. Are they going to win? That's what we're going to be answering in this video with our preview and predictions. Let's get into it. So here we are on ESPN.com, and the reason I wanted to start here first is because they have a matchup predictor, so I wanted to kind of take a look at this, and they give the Rams a 37% chance of winning this game versus the Seahawks 62% chance. Now, if you're a Rams fan, that's not exactly going to inspire confidence, but we're going to be talking throughout this video about why I think the Rams are going to win. That's a spoiler. I think the Rams are going to win this game, and if not, they're at least going to cover the spread. So if you are a betting man yourself, this is what I'm going to be suggesting, but also people call me a Rams homer. I'm currently wearing a Cooper Kupp jersey, so just take that with a grain of salt, and if you're betting, make sure you guys bet on your own volition. But either way, this game is going to be taking place in Lumen Field, so the Seahawks home. The Rams are going to be away, and this is most likely why they're a 5-point favorite. Usually the home team gets about 3 points just because they are at home, and home teams win more often. The line is going to be set over under 46, so this is a classic 24 to 21 point game type of deal. So they expect a kind of high-ish scoring affair. It's not going to be a Baltimore Ravens versus Chiefs game where the line would be set over 50. However, this is a pretty relatively high scoring game to have 3 touchdowns each and a field goal still being under. But either way, that's what we're going to be set at. In terms of the injury report, Cooper Kupp is questionable. A lot of people have already written him off. I don't know if I've written him off yet, just because Cooper Kupp does want to play. However, he is in Minnesota with that specialist to talk to them about just his injury and to get a better understanding of it. But something that's good for the Rams, bad for the Seahawks. Jamal Adams most likely not going to be playing this weekend. Devin Witherspoon, also another person in their secondary, probably not playing this weekend. But Jamal Adams has kind of been written off already by the team as playing, so that's interesting for the Rams. But Cooper Kupp also kind of probably like 60 to 70% not playing also. Anyways, I wanted to also bring up this tweet from Jake Ellenbogen. If you guys don't know who this is another Rams YouTuber. I actually very much recommend his channel to all of you guys, and also on Twitter. He's very active on Twitter and on YouTube. He is one of those guys who also thinks that the Rams are going to make the playoffs and they're going to be about 10-7. So if you guys are Rams fans that like to be optimistic like I am, then this is a good guy to follow. But either way, this is his projected Rams all-22 lineup. I actually gave my projected starting lineup in yesterday's video, so you guys can check out mine as well. But mine's pretty similar to his. And I just wanted to go through it real quick just to give you guys kind of a brief overview. Matthew Stafford, Cam Akers, Cooper Kupp, Van Jefferson, Tutu Atwell, Tyler Higbee are going to be our skill guys. If Cooper Kupp's out, we're going to have Puka Nacua probably slide in, or Ben Skoranek. And then we have Alaric Jackson, Steve Avila. Steve Avila, our rookie, who has been playing very well. Coleman Shelton, possibly Brian Allen also. Jermaine Akram, and we can slide Kevin Dotson in there at some point. And then Rob Havenstein. He is questionable right now. However, he's going to play. Aaron Donald, Bobby Brown the third, Kobe Turner, going to be our defensive line right there. Byron Young, a young guy on the edge right there. Hopefully he can shine in this season. He played very well in college. Ernest Jones, Michael Hoyt. Also, we have Jake Hummel and Christian Rosenboom at inside linebacker that I like a lot, both of them. And then also we got at cornerback, we have Akeller Witherspoon, Travius Tomlinson, and Jacoby Durant. And then also at safety, bringing back John Johnson and Jordan Fuller. So this is a very solid team for the Rams if we can stay healthy. Obviously already having some health issues with Cooper Kupp. But if we can stay healthy and we can slide in Kevin Dotson there, we can definitely have a very lethal passing game. So that's just something I wanted to mention. But either way, we're going to come here to PFF. to the Rams versus Seahawks game if it ever loads. And here we can kind of compare these two teams. So in terms of power rank, we have the Rams at 25th in terms of power rank, which is not good. The Seahawks at 21st. In terms of defense, we're at 26th, they're at 16th. And then offense, we're actually surprisingly at 12th and they're at 16th. And we'll go over kind of comparing our teams in a second. However, another thing that I like to mention here is that PFF actually likes the Rams in terms of odds a lot. And on I believe 827 the odds went from PFF liking the Seahawks at 4.5 to them liking the Seahawks at 3.5, and the market likes them at actually 5.5. So the Rams, or the PFF likes the Rams in terms of betting on them, and that means this is going to be a close game in terms of the over or the under. The PFF actually likes the under here, and then for the money line, the PFF thinks that the Seahawks should be a higher on that money line. So in terms of betting odds, PFF likes the Rams at 5.5 the best. Money line, they also like the Rams, and then over under, they also like the under. So if you guys are looking for those best bets, that's what they're these are the three bets that they're liking the most. But in terms of lineups, let's go over these lineups here. So if you just take a look at, the PFF's grades in general, you're going to think that the Rams are just going to get trounced here because they have DK Metcalf and Lockett, who both get very good grades, and they are both very good receivers. However, Lockett is kind of getting a bit older. He's still going to be a solid player, but he is 31. And then we also have DK Metcalf, who has been actually on the downtrend. He used to be a 15th or 14th best receiver. Now he's 23rd. Who knows how he will be this year, but they do have Jackson Smith Njigba. I don't know how exactly to say his name, but he has been turning a lot of heads in this preseason, and he's a very hyped up prospect. So, and then they also have Geno Smith, who played very well last year. However, if you take a look at his stats, if they ever load, PFF's being a little bit rude today. This has not been the case for the majority of his career. He has been a very actually bad quarterback for his first 2 years of his career. Obviously, he was a rookie and a sophomore, but he was 34th and 32nd. And then he was pretty much a career backup. And then just this past year, he was the 9th best quarterback with a 79 PFF grade, but there's no telling that this is going to actually keep up. And then they do have Kenneth Walker, who is a good running back. However, I really do not like the Seahawks line. Charles Cross, he's a sophomore. He did not play that great last year. He did well enough, but not really living up to his 9th selection in the first round that he was given. I do like Abraham Lucas okay. However, still young guy. Phil Haynes, nothing to write home about. Evan Brown, he's okay. And then Damian Lewis, probably the best lineman that they have. But this is not a very particularly good offensive line, and I think Aaron Donald is going to eat. Michael Hoyt finally getting that chance to shine next to Aaron Donald, and then also Byron Young, a young guy that's out there to prove himself. I think that the Rams are going to be able to get after the quarterback and then even stop Kenneth Walker more than people think. But in terms of their playmakers, yeah, they do have playmakers. However, I do like our secondary. Now, right now it's showing Kobe Durant and Darion Kendrick. I don't know if Darion Kendrick is going to be starting. He was one of the worst cornerbacks in the league by PFF's marks last year. I think Travius Hodges-Tomlinson is going to start along with Akella Witherspoon and Kobe Durant, but they might shuffle things around. Now, Ernest Jones is going to be starting, and then Christian Roseboom and Jake Hummel are probably going to be filling in as need be. And then we have Jordan Fuller and John Johnson III, who are probably one of my favorite pairs of safeties in the league, and I think they're going to stand out to a lot of people here. Now, Jordan Fuller didn't have a great year last year. However, he has shown that he has the ability to have very good years. And then John Johnson III has shown the ability to be a top 10 to top even 5 safety in the league. So he just needs to really pop if he wants that to continue to be his thing. Now, in terms of the Seahawks defense, they do have Bobby Wagner, who was on the Rams last year. Super sad that he went back over there. But they do have an okay secondary. With Jamal Adams, it would be a lot better, but they do have Quandre Diggs, who is a very solid veteran. Julian Love is a very shaky safety. And then they also have Tariq Woolen, who played very well last year, I will say. But these other two cornerbacks, I'm not sold on with Kobe Bryant and Michael Jackson. I think that the Rams are going to be able to do a lot of damage even if Cooper Kupp doesn't play. And I really am not scared of the pressure that they're going to be getting on Matthew Stafford, considering I think the Rams have a better offensive line than a lot of people are giving credit for. Now, it's not going to be Joseph Noteboom here. It's most likely going to be Alaric Jackson at left tackle. They're going to have Steve Avila, who is one of the best linemen to come out of this year's draft, and I think he's going to show that he should have been taken a lot earlier, but the Rams swooped him up. Coleman Shelton or Brian Allen's going to be there. Tremaine Ankrum Jr., maybe Kevin Dotson slides in if he's playing really bad. And we're going to have Rob Havenstein. I think that's a very solid line, and I think that they're going to surprise a lot with how well we do, especially in the passing game. Going to have Cooper Kupp, possibly not this week. And if not, then we have Van Jefferson, who is slated to have a very good year. I'm picking him up a lot in fantasy. Tutu Atwell, who can take you over the top. And then also Puka Nacua will show that he is one of the best rookies in this draft as well. And then Cam Akers, I think, is going to have the biggest day out of any Ram here, just because I'm really not impressed by their defensive line. Bobby Wagner is great in stopping the run. However, the rest of their players, I don't really see how they're going to contain him that well. So my favorite bet of this week is going to be Cam Akers on the over on his running yards, and I think he's going to play very well. And I think we're going to be able to score three touchdowns and probably 1 to 2 field goals. So I think the Rams are going to come out on top. This is going to be my final prediction. I think the Rams are going to win 27-24, and I kind of like the over. PFF doesn't like the over. They actually like the under. But I could also see the Rams winning 24-21. These are all possibilities, but let me know what you guys think. Do you think I'm wrong on any of these takes? Do you think I missed anything? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.